In Khagaria village, for example,
May I just say that
it was
Mr.
supposed to be a Maoist attack.
Mr. Navlakha has said that by war, he used the term war. And I think it's very appropriate in that context because the Maoists have made it quite clear that their attack is not some localized grievances, it's an attack on the sovereignty of India. But in attempting to put the state of India and the Maoists on par, I think Mr. Navlakha is making a fundamental mistake. Either we take the legitimate... No, I think it cannot be put on par.
I point out that the greater responsibility lies with the Indian state.
Of course, the greater responsibility.
And therefore,
because the others
it is
are
acting irresponsibly because Maoists are not just killing. They are expanding. Why? Because they are gaining in popular support. Why? Because they work and live and work amongst
Maoists
them. They are gaining in popular support. Why does the Prime Minister say the poor of the poor and the tribals are with them? Why does he say it? Is
Mr. Navlakha, perhaps you will allow me to answer.
Saying, Mr. Swabanduska? Of course, if there is a war as the government,
this is not a public meeting, for heaven's sake.
has itself declared it's a war. Okay. That's what this
is not a public meeting. Let's just be clear about it. The Maoists have not expanded their support. They have expanded the control over particular areas. And that is because of the abdication, the pusillanimity of the Indian state, the inability of the previous administrations to tackle this menace seriously. It is only now, for the first time, we are seeing the beginnings of a concerted attempt to tackle this threat in a way it should have been done long ago. Because it is not really about the roots of violence as we are talking about. It's really the manifestation which we have to fight.
There are two ways in which we are approaching this. One is to look at the root causes, the other is looking at the manifestation. Which way do you think, having studied the Naxals for so long, is the more long-term valuable way?
I think both have value in terms of when you're tracking an issue such as Naxalism, stroke Maoism, and I'd refrain from calling it a menace or an infestation, because if I did... whatever. But I would, let's not get Chidambaram into sort of quote making over here, but I would refrain from calling it a menace or infestation, because if I did so, or anybody did so, we'd have to call the people who contribute to creating such an issue also a menace and infestation. Are we willing to do that? Just to answer your question as briefly as possible on this program, I don't think right now, unfortunately, people are looking at long-term solutions to this issue because, to my mind, both the Maoists, for sure, because they're trying to scale up their operations, and I disagree with Mr. Dasgupta here when he says that they are increasing their scope and their geographical area. We cannot do that without sort of concurrently expanding your support base either. It is not possible to expand.
That by intimidation as well.
Yes, and you can, but it is a tactic which is an accepted tactic. But I don't see any as in the past cycles of Naxalism in the 60s, 1970s, 1980s, 1990s, and now we're in the millennial cycle, as it were, where it's been more extreme than ever before in its manifestation. There has been no attempt, I believe, no indication at all by the government to address the long-term issues to the thing. It's always short-term. Let's annihilate. In fact, ironically, the government.
But the government believes that the government, to quote Mr. Chidambaram, the government believes that when it tries to do development work, the Naxalites blow up all the development
work are they bringing about
monuments, the initiatives that they do.
Chhattisgarh, may I just say the Maoists have destroyed every single bore well which has been there. They've destroyed every single school building in Tankiwad. Yes, I've seen it. Because you don't go there, I do.
To the other side. Yes, I go there. And I know what the Adivasis are demanding. I know why they're coming out of the streets and demanding that the land be not grabbed, that the waters not be privatized, the jungles not be stolen from them, and they're coming out in thousands and thousands.
And yes, they have come out in thousands against the Maoists.
Comrade Barjan said that Indian security forces are engaged in extermination of communists. Why has he said it?